Right, hello guys, how are we all doing? Yes, today, Sigma 35 1.4 lens, okay? My thoughts and kind of review on this. I bought this back in, I think it's February, March time, 2019, so I've had it for about 4 months. I'm going to give you kind of my thoughts and stuff on it and how it's performed over those past 4 months. I've actually used it quite a lot. I've taken it down to kind of the coast area, so I've done quite a very varied of shots with the lens. I'm going to talk about native and kind of other company lens with different brands and stuff, and how it's been for me using, because I didn't actually buy the Sigma E mount. I've actually bought the Sigma with, you have to bear with me, this road is quite busy, with the MC11 adapter. So that goes onto your Sony camera. It's a Canon to Sony mount, so I bought the Sigma in a Canon mount setup. So I've taken some photos already of Hannah here, just in the park here, but I'll walk around and talk you through the lens. Right, okay, we're a bit quieter now. We've walked down into the forest area. This lens, I bought this lens mainly for kind of portrait work, okay? So I'm never ever going to shoot this lens without having it on 1.4, that's basically why I bought it. You know, Sigma, I've always had Sigma lenses. They've been very good products for me, and using them I just like the image quality that they produce. So yeah, portraits, kind of landscape shots is very good as well. My style is kind of low aperture anyway. I always shoot 1.42 just to get that milky creamy effect. It does that very well through this lens. Pairing it with a Sony then, I know other people will pair it with Canon and Nikon and stuff like that, but I'm using a Sony a7R II with the Sigma lens. It works very well. The autofocus and all that is very good. I've actually made a video on this saying Sony a7R II paired with Sigma, the best AF settings. So that's on my channel somewhere, you can go watch it, but I'm going to be very short and sweet about this, very quick. I shoot in AFS, so the standard kind of autofocus shot, single shot mode. Works very fast, and also another reason why I got this is for filming as well, you know, short visual films and stuff, getting that nice bokeh effect with the, you know, manual focus, which I use a lot actually. With focus peaking in the Sony a7R II works very well. Haven't had any issues yet. Filming, you're just pulling and pushing focus so you can see where your focus is coming in and out. It works very well. Big focus ring, so it's easy to, you know, push and pull like that. It's on, I don't think it's not electronic, so there's no kind of juddery feel. It's just very, very smooth through this lens. And then obviously when I'm taking portraits, I flip the little switch on the side here. It's got AF and MF on there. I switch it to AF, and then you can go ahead and fire away. So when I'm taking, I rarely do high kind of, what's it called? Continuous shooting. Okay, I thought that Sony called it something else. Like, you know, I think this shoots 7 FPS or 6 FPS. It's not that great coming from the Sony a7R II. I rarely shoot that. But then again, this setup is not for sports. It's not for catching people running or anything like that. It's for more of the casual shooter, portraits, kind of laid back photography, which I'm all about. So that works very well for me. Right, let's walk on a little bit, take some more photos. Actually, with saying that, with continuous shooting, this actually doesn't do a bad job. I've taken a load of shots with my dog running and all that stuff, and it does take about 5 shots. Focus, you'd get 3-4 out of 5 on, you know, pin sharp on focus, on where you actually want to focus. So it's not actually that bad. You can use it for casual kind of fast motion stuff, if that makes sense. So that's what it comes down to then. What photographer are you, and what do you want out of this kind of lens? If you're kind of person that wants to shoot fast pace, like cars, this will probably work with cars as well when you get that motion blur effect. The focus is quick, as I said, but then if you're doing kind of higher than that, you know, sports, taking people, you know, football, rugby and all that stuff, probably not for you, this lens. It's a very laid back, chilled lens in this setup, okay? Sigma obviously do you know, the 200 to 300, all that other stuff. But if you're going for kind of a landscape kind of portrait lens, you're not going to be running around everywhere trying to be as quick as you can. The shoots I do and stuff are normally laid back, it's chilled, have fun time, it's nice, you know, we're just chilling about and getting good images, and that's how you get good images anyway, is having a good time, fun, making your kind of subject feel at ease and stuff like that, is what I like to do. So I mean, all in all, if you're kind of more laid back like me, then yeah, it's a great lens. Now let's talk about native lenses, meaning, you know, you can buy a 35mm 1.4 in a Sony, okay, and you can buy a Canon 35mm 1.4. So a lot of people will bang on about how native, you need to go native when you're using a Sony body. You would go a native Sony lens. Canon body, you go Canon native, right, with the lens. I haven't, well, when I transition to this camera, I only have the lens I'm filming on now, which is a 10-18 Sony like wide angle f4 thing. I've never actually had a native prime lens, a native zoom lens, or anything like that. I always shoot Sigma lenses. As I said in the video earlier, they've done very well for me, and I like what the images produce, and the image quality is very good. So I've actually watched through videos where the Sigma paired with the MT11 on a Sony body actually outdoes Canon and Sony in I think some areas. I mean, I think there was a 50 or the 85, it actually beat it in autofocus. So I mean, when you're choosing these kinds of lenses, I think it's better to test them, see what image quality you like best, test out the autofocus and see if it works for you. I mean, all lenses nowadays, I mean, they're good enough for casual shooting, I would say. You know, just for taking portraits, landscape. I mean, they're not going to fail on you. If you buy a Canon, Sony or Nikon in the mount of this and pair it to your body, Sony, Canon or Nikon is going to work very well. So that argument with native, to me, it doesn't really, I don't really care about having native lenses or Sigma lenses. It's to what your preference is and how you as a photographer shoot your images. So let's finish up this video just taking some casual shots. I may take some more of Hannah and then let's wrap up. Place this, isn't it? Okay, so all on 1.4, all of those photos that you've seen, and again with these kind of lenses, with Sigma lenses, I feel like when you're shooting, the environment is much more mellow, it's much more chilled, which I liked anyway. It's not, you know, I'm not trying to be so technical with pixels. I mean, I'll put these on my laptop, I'll have a look, and if it's a little bit out of focus, I don't really care. It's what the feeling is when you're with the subjects and what environment you're in at the time is what photography is really about. I don't dive in too much with the technical bits. You know, I go in Lightroom and emphasize the feeling and the mood of the photo, and not so much kind of sharpening a bit where I miss focus. And I think that's important for other photographers as well, not to kind of care too much about the technicality of the camera and everything, because at the end of the day, you're taking a photo. It doesn't matter what the photographer is holding, it's a photographer yourself taking the photo, and if you can take crap photos, then the equipment, if you've got $5 in your hand, doesn't really matter, does it? So that's just my take on the Sigma 35 1.4. I mean, Sigma make awesome lenses. I mean, go out there, test them. I am looking to get a 50mm as well, because I've got an old Canon 50 which is getting a bit tired, and I just like, well, that's actually a 1.8, so I do want the 1.4 eventually. So that's probably the next lens, sorry, I've got on my list to get. But yeah, there's my thoughts and kind of review on this lens. Guys, if you like the video, comment down below, and you know what your thoughts on native or kind of Sigma lenses and stuff like that. What camera body do you shoot with? Do you shoot Sony? Do you shoot Canon? Do you shoot Nikon? Or do you shoot, can't talk properly. If you shoot any other camera body, let me know. I would like to know what you guys are shooting. Anyway, yes, like, subscribe, I'll see you next one. Goodbye.
Yeah, hundreds on my bed, sexing with the bill. Roses in my wallet and I'm flexing it for real. Racks on racks on racks, I look like rookie of the year. Frontin' with the cash, it's getting moody over here. Hundreds on my bed, sexing with the bill. Roses in my wallet and I'm flexing it for real. Racks and racks on racks, I look like rookie of the year. Frontin' with